Hi guys! So to start off with, we're going in with Gingerly from my customizable palette and we're going to put that in the crease as a transition. And then just really blend that in. Next we are going in with Nonsensical to deepen up that crease a little bit, because we are going to try and cut the crease. So build that colour up slowly and then deepen it up. Next we are going to take a concealer and really cut that crease. And then blend off the edges. Right, we're going back into that palette and taking Antsy and putting that all over the lid. So we've got quite a difference between the light and dark shades. And then deepening up that outer corner with Nonsensical. Going in with Winged Liner. We're making quite a dramatic wing here. And then going back in with Nonsensical to really darken that outer corner up again. Going in with a bit of black. Start deepening that up again. We want it quite a dramatic eye look. A bit of mascara. And then tight line. We will be doing the waterline a bit later on as well. Going in with some lashes. These ones I picked up from Superdrug, super dramatic. Really finish off this eye look. So they are on. You can see the difference. Right, going in with the Touch Liquid Foundation, we are just going to do the one side. Not too worried about it being perfect. And then a bit of concealer. Just taking a damp beauty sponge and blending that in. We are then going to bake on top, just so that under eye is really flawless, and then going in with the brows. So I'm just taking a brow pencil here, I think this is the Soap and Glory one, just to get a shape going, and then going in with my Splurge Cream Shadow in Proud to darken that up. Once the brows are on, we're going to dust off that bake. And then going back into that palette and taking Gingerly again to start underneath the eye. And then going in with the Nonsensical and the black just to really smoke that out. And then just touching up the liner over the top of the lashes. Right, with a white liner we are going to start mapping out where the skull face is going to start. The reason I use a white liner is because it is easier to wipe it off if you make a mistake than it is with a black, because you will end up with the smudges. So you just kind of map out how you want it to look. And then going to start with the skull side with a black liner. Sorry about this dodgy voiceover, I have never done one before, so this is a new experience for me. I probably sound totally daft. As you can see, I didn't like that shape, so I just wiped it off and carried on. Now with face paint, I chose face paint this time because I figured it would be a bit quicker, and it was. And then going in with the black, I'm going to fill in that eye socket. tight line and waterline. We do not want any skin tones peeping through. And then go into the jaw. Now with this, I started the black quite far back and then I kind of blended it out with my finger. Mainly because I didn't want it to be jet black the whole way through. You kind of want that gradient effect. Right, with the melted skin portion, we keep the jet black as close to the top of the drips as possible, and then we're going to go in with white and blend the two together using our fingers. So we get that kind of ombre look. Now I've added a couple of black marks just so it kind of looks like the skin is kind of deteriorating above it. It doesn't look perfect, but we will be putting the drips over that anyway, it's just so it's peeking through. Now onto the teeth. We're just going to line where we want them. Now I find it easier to follow your natural teeth when it comes to marking out the lines instead of just doing straight lines up and down. And then I'm going to start filling in those teeth with the white liner. I did go over top of them with the face paint after, but I cut that out because it was a little too long. So there we are, just deepening that up and then blending it out again, so we've got that nice grey effect. And ta-da! Just going in and pronouncing those lines in the teeth a bit more. And then fill in the rest of this skull face. Onto the nose, that was quite easy to be honest. Just drew it on, then filled it in with the liner. And then we did a little bit of definition around the socket. I do go in after with the white face paint and do the portion in between the lines just to make it a little brighter so it would appear standing out. I obviously do that a bit later because I haven't done it yet. So we are now creating a little bit of a shadow underneath that lines just to kind of blend it out a little bit. And then up where the skeleton meets the skin, we're going to shade that in as well. Going back in with the black, and we're going to go over the top of that face paint because as you can see it is separated over my eye. And then just going back in with that blending brush, just make sure it's all blended around the edges, deepening up the temple area a little bit more. And then for the fun bit, we are taking our liquid foundation again. Now this would have worked better if I had a lighter shade, but this unfortunately was the lightest one I had. There is a product on the market, I'm sure it's from Miron, and I'm sure it's like liquid skin, and you can get that and it dries to a kind of waxy finish. I don't have that, so I'm just working with what I've got, and I found this works really well. If you are using the foundation like I am, my advice would be to set it down with some setting spray after it's dried, just to stop it from going anywhere throughout the night. And that is pretty much it. We're just kind of blending over the edge of that, just to kind of try and salvage it a little bit, so that it looks a little bit more like it's actually melting. And then that would be the final look. So I hope this wasn't too crazy and that you could follow along and the voiceover didn't totally put you off. And yeah, there we go. This look was a lot of fun to create, so if you do recreate it, please let me see it, because that would make my day. Thank you for watching. I love you guys. Bye.